Every time I pick this thing up, I know there are millions of people out there who are going to hate me for it. Even now, here, I feel it. The stares, the judgment. And there's nothing I can do to change it. Yet I'm still here. No super serum, no blonde hair or blue eyes. The only power I have is that I believe we can do better.
So Captain America, Brave New World movie review. Before we get started, I just want to ask you guys to subscribe, like, share, comment on these videos. I like doing these movie reviews. I am Daniel Jean-Pierre, one half of the Red Out Recap podcast. My co-host Johnny will not be here today, but I got this. Very excited for this movie. Now, this movie overall, I would say, is the continuation of the 2007 Incredible Hulk movie, starring Edward Norton, which that was the Hulk before we got Mark Ruffalo in our current MCU. You also see other characters in there like Betty Ross, who was played by Liv Tyler. And we finally get to see what became of Samuel Stern, aka the leader. If you remember, that final scene we saw him in the Incredible Hulk, he had the stuff going to his head and the brain started to all mutate. And we finally get to see what he looks like. That boy ain't pretty. What I really enjoyed about this movie is that we're finally getting back to street level threats. I feel like with Marvel, we've been getting caught up a lot into the multiverse, quantum realms, the aliens, and it's kind of not really been working out to the best, you know, with movies like Doctor Strange and stuff like that. So it's really good to see us get back to the simpler times of global threats, militant forces, special ops, simple things that can kind of be realistic. Now, if you're a fan of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we do get some returning characters in Joaquin Torres, which is going to be our new Falcon. I really like that guy. He's really good. I really like this guy. I think he's a great predecessor to who Sam Wilson was before, to Steve Rogers. So I'm getting that same feeling. We also get to see the first super soldier in Isaiah Bradley also return as well. And we even get a small cameo by Bucky, which I didn't expect, but it was good to see him. Now, I would say this movie has a multi-layered plot. I would say the first plot would be General Thunderbolt Ross kind of wanting to do good in the world again. He's definitely become the president now. And he wants to do good again. So he wants to try to, restart the Avengers, which is where Sam Wilson comes into play. And he pretty much wants Sam to lead it and start it all over again. So that's the first thing I can say. But on the second end of that, he has some skeletons in his closet when it comes to Samuel Stern, aka the leader, to where he didn't keep promise on returning him back to a normal life after the events of what happened between the Hawk and the Abomination. So this is where the Red Hawk is kind of introduced, and I won't spoil it, but it's kind of what leads up to the Red Hawk being there at the end of the movie. Now, we still got Sam Wilson, our new Captain America, which I loved seeing. Wasn't too big of a fan of the costume at first, but I got used to it in the movie. But Sam is the new Captain America, which if you remember at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, it took him a lot to accept it, and he definitely did make mention about being a black man and being Captain America and how people probably wouldn't like seeing it, but he has put all that to the side and he's doing his thing. He's upholding the mantle. He's well respected by everybody. Every time you go, hey Cap, hey Cap, hey Cap. I love seeing it. If Steve Rogers was still here, he'd be proud. Now, Sam is doing his thing and he faces a new challenge when there's a attempted murder at the White House on President Ross by Isaiah Bradley a little bit. So we try to kind of figure out what's going on and why that happened. So this is where our movie kind of takes another spin. A couple random mentions I want to say before continuing. We do get our second indication that the X-Men is happening in the MCU. I think we've all known this, but I'm starting to see the integration of it. At the White House, they do mention the discovery of adamantium, which is coming from that same statue figure that we saw in Eternals that looks like Galactus. Yeah, that's adamantium. So we are definitely getting the X-Men, but I'm glad to see it kind of tying in a little bit, Now, what version of X-Men we're going to get, we don't know, but looks good. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil it too much as far as the details. I think the trailer does a great job of kind of showing a lot of it already, so I'm not going to say every detail, but I will say the way this movie ends is with Ross giving up his power as president, taking full responsibilities for his actions in the past, and putting himself into a prison cell at Raft, which is the same one that in Civil War they had all the heroes at. So he's in there, but he decided to be there. And it kind of ends with, we finally get to see Betty Ross, his daughter, come to see him. And they kind of start to, I guess, rekindle their relationship or reheal it or whatever you want to say. I'm gonna say the time of this movie is really good. I feel like this movie did not stray away from the main point of it. I felt this movie stayed on topic. It felt very fast paced. I feel like there's not too many scenes where it's like, damn, I feel like once it started, we just kept going on the same train. We didn't derail anywhere. Even the scene where President Ross is trying to get to the adamantium before depending them that they gonna get it, they stuck to the point. Like, they didn't go far off because we saw this in Eternals. They stuck to the point of like, we're trying to get to this adamantium first. And even though they used it well, and I think this is kind of like a foreshadowing that like things are to come of this statue, it was beautifully done, man. They didn't stray far from anything. You know, it was Cap, Falcon, they had these jets. They're like, look, we got to stop these jets. That's it. They flew around it, but they never got too deep into it. So we will see this again. And I did love that about it. So this movie sticks to the topic. It's fast paced. I want to say it's a little bit under 2 hours, but it is good. It never strayed far away. And I did like the fact, I felt like it's because it wasn't building up to anything else. And one thing I want to say about this movie is this movie feels so similar. If you really step back, it looks so similar to the first Avengers, not first Avengers, to the first Captain America movie. It's just setting up for something greater. And I think that's what I really loved about it. I walked out being like, okay, this may not be the best Captain America movie I've seen, but it feels like we're going back to the beginning of this is the first. And this is why I think Captain America is the leader of the Avengers. This is why I think Steve gave it to him. You've been here, done that, you've seen this. So this is a great start for me. People that say it's not good, I don't know what they were expecting. I do tend to think people are taking grace into this thing a little bit by saying things like, he's not my Captain America, but it's a great movie. The action, and I'm gonna say this, I am heavily impressed with Sam. This guy, if you think about who he was in Falcon, when he got that shield, man, he really took on them. I'm telling you, he really took on that Steve Rogers role, man. I like how he separates himself and says, I'm not Steve. Or, you know, even when he questions himself, he's, I'm not Steve. He never took the super soldier serum. So the action is great, man. The fights are beautiful. You actually feel like I could be this guy. He takes hits, he takes punches, he gets slammed around a couple times, but he always finds a way out of it. There's a lot of like hand-to-hand combat, just like Steve had. I think Steve was like a better fighter, but I just think like Sam has just gotten up there too. Even Falcon, the new Falcon, bro, this guy's coming in with martial arts and roundhouse kicking people and whatnot, and you just see the resemblance of, man, I remember when this was freaking Steve and Sam, and now it's Sam and freaking Joaquin. So the action is good. The times when they fly together and the, you know what I'm saying, things they do, like, you just see the action is really good. And I feel like it may not be the most hand-to-hand combat, even when he fought the Hulk. Bro, if you remember the Incredible Hulk 2007 movie, when, I think his name was Elon, the guy that became the Abomination. Remember when he was fighting the Hulk in that college, the way he was dodging and moving and all the flipping? That's what Sam is now, bro. When the Hulk come through, this man be flipping backwards, flying with the wings, dodging like, Hulk can't even touch this man. Action was beautiful, man. Like I said, and it was realistic. You know, whenever he get punched by the Hulk, people are like, how you do that? You're not even super, you like whatever, like powers. No, bro, my wings are vibranium. My suit, vibranium. My shield, vibranium. Everything is vibranium, so it makes sense. So he's not sitting there able to just like punch the Hulk and it affects him. No, he know I can't beat the Hulk. He even says it. But the way he takes down the Hulk is cool. But the way he fights him during the time, bro, it's beautiful. This is realistic. I know he's a superhero. I know this sounds bad. From us being humans that don't have these superpowers, you feel like, I can do that. Maybe not the best, but it's realistic. Now, we do get an extra scene where it looks like Sam is still at Raft Prison, and he goes speaks to Samuel Stern, a.k.a. the leader. And it's a simple scene where the leader pretty much, you know, as smart as he is, he's calculated things, and he says that something's coming. Again, feels very reminiscent of the first Avengers type of movie where we're setting up into something bigger now. And I like this. It's about time. Like I said, Phase 4 really let me down. It really let us down. So it's good to see that. It wasn't much of a, you know, scene after that. But overall, man, I just think this movie is the beginning of what's to come. And I'm glad that we're, like I said, getting back to the beginning of kind of what made Marvel gold. Sam says something that really touched me, man. There's a scene at the end where he's talking to Falcon, and Falcon is expressing how he wants to be like Sam, and kind of envious of why Sam is the way he is, and you know why he does things he do. And Sam says something where he's like, you know why I have to be this good, or why I have to be the way I am? It's because essentially, if he's not good, then he's letting down another person that looks like him having a seat at the table. And I feel like me being an African American, that really hit me, man. Like sometimes being black or being Latin, whatever it is, being, a minority, when you see people in these high level places, bro, they really motivate you and they really make you want to be those places, or make you really believe that you can do these things. So even though this is just a fictional world, but like that represents so much even in the real world, bro. That really hit me. And I think that's what I really loved about this movie, is that it's not about saying if you're not black, if you're not Latin, if you're not white. It doesn't do that. But it's just the fact that I love the fact that even in Falcon in the Winter Soldier, that he mentioned this, man. I remember him literally saying on the news, like, there's people, when I pick up this shield, they're not going to like it. But that shouldn't stop him. And that brings me into my bigger topic. People have really made this a battle or war between white and black with this movie, man. And Anthony Mackie has made a statement that says Captain America to him does not represent America. And I agree with that. The state of the world that America has been in for the last few years, bro, a lot of the shiesty things, or a lot of the things that kind of go on that we don't know about, it don't feel like we're still on the same accord of what America used to be, man. This American dream thing, man. People coming here and being able to do whatever that they wanted to do, or, being this land of the free. Things is a lot different now. And for Anthony Mackie or Sam Wilson to make it a thing to say, he just feels Captain America represents like a good person, the guy that's going to do right, or a woman. I believe that's what it is. So when people like Joe Rogan say, oh, I hate when people say stuff like this just to keep like a job, that's hell of offensive, bro. Because Joe Rogan, you benefit in many ways. You work hard, but you do benefit, bro. So don't take the light from someone like that, and even if we go back, Anthony Mackie has been in a lot of movies, 8 Miles like that. So him to finally get this movie and be the lead, bro, and be Captain America and be the new leader of the Avengers, he earned that, bro. So we got to stop making this a battle about he's not my Captain America or this, that, and the third. It's not about having blonde hair and blue eyes, bro. What does the hero mean to you? He's a hero. He saves all colors. It don't matter. Just like Spider-Man, we all save all colors. Why is it when it's him, because his name is Captain America, it's a thing? Shouldn't be that, man. So overall, I think people are judging this movie based off their personal feelings as well. And if you got stuck at the fact that he's a black Captain America, this movie, it wasn't for you. But hold on to your seatbelt, because he won't be here for a while, because it is comic book accurate. So stop hating. Man, overall, I enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give this movie a solid 8 out of 10, man. I really felt that way. If you can mentally separate yourself from the personal feelings and just enjoy the movie and don't think about what Marvel has to do, none of that, no. Standalone movie, this is a simple movie that we used to enjoy. If it was Steve Rogers, we would have enjoyed it. It's that simple, bro. It's not about, oh, Marvel did this and they messed that up. No, we got back to simpler times. Now we got the Thunderbolts are next. They're going to be simpler times. I may not be a fan of them just because of, I don't care for the Thunderbolts because they're all like the sidekicks or not really heroes. That's not really my thing. I'm not into that. I'm not into Suicide Squad. I'm not into that. I'm into heroes, people I like. There's villains I do like, but Thunderbolts not one of them. But we gotten back to simpler times, bro. Avengers Towers, Militant. I was so tired of this multiverse thing because it's never getting done right. It's too confusing. And I know Avengers Doomsday, I know stuff, all this Secret Wars is going to have all this multiverse stuff. I can handle it in a Avengers movie. But we've gotten so many new characters that just don't even matter. Like, it's just ridiculous, bro. It's just throw a hero new movie. Now this movie, now we got Red Hawk. Cool, I get it. I'll say one of the things I probably didn't care for, but it still worked. I didn't like the fact that they kind of threw in the old 2007 Hawk movie plot kind of in here, but it worked out, man. So I'm gonna let it be that, man. You guys let me know what you guys think about this movie. An honest review, none of this hating stuff. And we'll just go from there, bro. But like I said, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you guys like this, let us know. And we'll keep doing this. But until next time, we see you guys on another episode of The Real Ass Movie Review. Peace.